Welcome to the tutorial for creating an interactive jump button. As you can see, what we've basically got here is a template from PowerPoint, and there are already a number of buttons placed across the bottom. Those are the kind of things that we're going to create. This one would, the first one on the right hand side would go to Google, as it obviously states. The second one, moving towards the left, would be LLM materials, and then there are a couple of Ofsted related ones because the topic of this PowerPoint would be to do with Ofsted and observational requirements. The last button on the right hand side is a quick jump link to the learning portal. So if I was creating this presentation to deal with Ofsted requirements, information about mapping that against observing, I could put some quick links in to jump to the information straight away. What we're going to do first of all is just a quick review of how we got the background to give the PowerPoint some kind of improved visibility. So we went to design. This particular system will slow down a little bit because I am recording what's on the screen at the same time. So you're on the design tab, and you can see running across the top from there to there is a number of templates, and if we hover over a template for any given length of time, you can see that it automatically changes. If we go to the far right hand side, you can see there's a little drop down scroll bar which gives you a few more templates, and you can obviously browse the internet for new themes and things that people have created of interest, so you can build that up over a period of time. I'm just going to choose the one that I've got now because it's dark and it allows some of the things that I'm going to create to stand out, but it is your own personal choice. Once you click on that, that is the template that we've got. In section 2 we're actually going to deal with importing an image of some kind to create a button itself. Welcome back to the tutorial. This is section 2, and we're going to deal with inserting an image to create a button. We're going to demonstrate this by creating a Google type button here. So we go to Insert tab, we go to Picture, and as you can see there it's saying insert a picture from a file. It will then search through my pictures, and what I've already done is if I center this for you, I have already trolled the internet, gone to Google, chose the image part of the Google search, and selected a Google image that I would like to use, that one there. So what we're going to do is now we just press insert, and that imports into the PowerPoint slide. Looks quite nice, and it's got a bounding box round it with all the relevant tags in that you can change the size, etc. But what is interesting is if we look at the top, and the cursor's moving towards it now, is you'll see that there's a new tag appeared called Picture Tools. If I click off it, there's no Picture Tools. If I click on it, there's Picture Tools. And if I double click on, that, what happens is that these boxes appear, and if I stay hovered over them for a period of time, you can see it automatically selects the template that's there. And again, there's a scroll bar on the right hand side, sorry, and we're going to use the bevel perspective tool, which is a fancy name for tilting it at about 30 degrees and making it look slightly 3D and rounded off on the edges to give it a kind of button type shape. So we have now created the shape, and we're now going to turn it into a button size, and bearing in mind that can go right down to any particular size that you want, but for the ease of you seeing what's actually happening, we're going to make it slightly larger than we would do. In the third section what we're going to do is actually deal with hyperlinking to the Google website to make that link work. Thank you. Welcome back to the tutorial. This is the third section, which is now we have created our button shape. We've got the image that we want. We've resized it in proportion to the kind of size that we want. So what we want to do now is to actually get it to do something. So we put our cursor over the button with the bounding box around it, and if we right click, it might take a couple of times to get this particular box up. We then choose hyperlink. PowerPoint then brings up this box, and it defaults initially by having an existing file or web page, and it's on its current folder. So what we want to do now is to go to the browse pages, because what we've done prior to this is we've gone to the Google site, we've found the website that we want to go to, we've even buried down as many times as we want to get to the actual part of the web page. So I've already been to Google, and if I look here, you can see that right at the top I've got my StaffNet homepage, which is what I initially went to the internet on. I then went to Google, and that is the PowerPoint as a delivery tool induction, which is what I'm working on at this moment in time. So there is Google, and I can see that it's Google because it says www.google.co.uk. All of the other places here are all places where I've been on this computer, or I've been on the website. So it will tag PowerPoint where you've been. I want the Google link, so I'll come off it, select the Google link that you want, and then press OK. That has now linked that button to Google. But if I click it at the moment, it won't do anything. And it won't do anything because the PowerPoint show is not running. So we go to the slideshow tab, and I'm going to run it from the current slide, because who's to say where I've made this button? It could be 15 slides in, and you don't want to actually run through all 15 slides. We just want to test that it works. So we're going from the current slide. There's the nice pretty button, and I think you'll agree that it looks quite classy. It looks better than just dropping in a bit of clip art or a straightforward box. And if we move over it, you can see that it goes from an arrow to a hand, and it displays there the web reference that we're going to go to. So immediately I can see that it's going to go to www.google.co.uk, and the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so we'll press it, and there you go. There's my Google site. So just to reflect back on what we've actually done, I'll just end the show, is we've created a design template to make the PowerPoint look a little bit better. We've selected an image from the source, wherever it is that we want to go, and when we've saved that image, it's gone into our My Pictures of My Documents. We've then gone to the Insert tab and inserted that image, the one that we actually want. We've resized the image to the size that we want, and we've used the picture tools to create the shape and size, look and feel that we want. But as you can see, it's now changing all the way through it. If I decided I didn't want that, there's no reason why you can't use any of the others. And what's more is, once you've created the link, you can change the look and feel of it, and it hasn't changed the hyperlink, it's just changed the picture shape. So once we've done that, we've then right clicked it, gone to the hyperlink. You'll see now it says edit hyperlink, but we've gone to the hyperlink. We've then selected from the list the reference that we want, i.e. Google in this instance, and then we've run the slideshow from its current slide, and we've tested the link, and it works. So what does that do for us? That means now this PowerPoint slide is running, that if I was delivering teaching and learning to you, and I needed to get at, for instance, some NLM material content for my particular course. I'll say the one I actually have up here now is health and social care, childcare type thing. I can get at all the college resources very quickly without having to worry about it. And here you can see that it's actually running that particular resource, I'll say, which is quite good. I can obviously link to the Ofsted kind of web page that I wanted to go to, and this has brought up well, it will bring up a piece of video. I'll warn you now, you won't see the video running because this software only records one level of video. But hopefully, you can do the same. Similarly speaking, I can go from here to the learning portal, and straight away, without having to mess about, there is all of my information. So I can get at my emails, I can get at whatever it is I can go straight to the learning portal, and I can get at the content. I'll say with the minimal amount of fuss and aggro needed, and it also means that I'm minimising the downtime that I've got with my learners, where I've got my back face to the wall.